Cool. Nice. Look at that. Good morning indeed. How you doing today, Primogen?
Oh, good. We gotta get TJ in here too. I see him. Oh, I've been invited to respond again. The double response.
The second one was for the co-host request. It's like a promo request.
Oh.
I could have invited you just as a co-host from the start, but it's buggier, I've noticed. So I try to do speaker once you're up, then invite co-host, and it tends to be more consistent.
Oh. Well, hey, this is kind of exciting, huh? TJ, you pumped up?
Oh, yeah. I'm super pumped. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Oh,
Excellent.
we got some echo.
If there's echo, that might be my end. 1 sec.
Have you tried an Android? They're actually pretty cool devices.
I just can't wait till I get a real Android with AI. Coming
With
soon.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT 4, maybe 40. We get a real Android in the house. Thanks for the chuckle, Prime. I'm glad you didn't go off mute.
Should I go on mute every now and then, or should I not? I don't even know. All right.
Well, if I'm saying a joke, if you can stay off mute, that's helpful. So.
Yeah. Okay. Good story. I think something that would be. Let's see. Are we starting? I can't tell. Are we? Is it time?
I'm trying to fix my multi-track recording so I can have decent quality in here. 1 sec.
I'm also recording my beautiful voice. Maleficent? Is that the word?
Maleficent's the evil character from Sleeping Beauty.
No, it's Emiel.
Yes, figured it out. Sorry about that.
Now,
cool.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Am I still echoing?
For some reason, your audio for me isn't great, Theo, but maybe I just need to try just restart. He sounds good for everybody else, I'm assuming. Prime, does he sound good for you?
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
Okay. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
I'm recording my actual microphone on my end. We can stitch it together in post as long as it's listenable. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I realized that I don't have a bleep button, so if I bleep myself, the joke doesn't work. It's really disappointing.
That's true. They're gonna hear you say VS Code.
I know. This is not bad.
How do we feel about Annie's proposal to refer to Rust as the R word going forward?
I really like chaotics, which is just like I ever want to set things up. If you'd like me to do that.
All you.
All right. So about, what was it, 3 days ago, the Rust Foundation dropped a trademark policy. And they kind of have like a plain English summary up at the top. And then down below, they have all the specific implementations of what their trademark policy, what does it mean for you, the average developer or the content creator, and what is their general plans kind of, about going forward. And so the things they're attempting to trademark. And this is very important. So Rust, like the word Rust, trademark, they even have a little circle R by it, the programming language, Cargo with a TM by it, Clippy with a TM by it, which is strange because I think Clippy is a Microsoft trademark as well. Then they have the gear logo, and this one is described as a logo. So there is the written marks, which is the ones I described above. Then there's the logos, which is the images. Then there is the trade dress, which is the visual styling of our website. So they have 3 things they're effectively proposing. So when we use the term, say, the marks tonight, what that really means is that we're referring either to the written marks, Rust, Cargo, or Clippy, the logos, the Rust kind of gear logo, or third, the website, which is the trade dress. So that is the marks. So that is what they're attempting. Some ones that are saying that no one can use ever is RustConf and Rust Foundation, perfectly reasonable. And then some ones that they don't have, which is like Crate, RS, Ferris logo, and Rust Station. They did call out Rust Station, which made me chuckle a little bit. And then they have the last part, which is, section 3, is going to get into all the kind of like the more legalese of it all, is section 3, section 4, section 5. They're all the much more legal kind of side of things. A couple things that kind of stand out is that you may not register in whole or in part the marks. So this is going to be the written, the logo, or the trade dress. as part of your own trademark, service mark, domain name, meaning you cannot have cargoisawesome.com is what they're suggesting here. Company name, trade name, product name, or service name. So, that's interesting. They have a bunch of other ones that kind of crop up throughout here about what you can and cannot do. So say you have a personal website, a non-commercial website, then there is some affordances for you to be able to have some of the marks on your website. And some of the requirements are, say, like your own branding or naming is more prominent than any of the marks. So let's just say that you decided to do Rust for TypeScript devs. I would have to make the word Rust smaller than TypeScript to actually fit in with their trade policy or their trademark policy here. Let's see, a couple other interesting things. Domain names, absolutely no. Even subdomains, absolutely no. Infringement on the marks. A lot of restrictions on anything commercial. So if you wish to do anything commercial, it's pretty much a no-no as far as we can tell. And then lastly, the use of the logo. You cannot change anything about the Rust logo if you do use it for a personal item, except to scale it. You may only scale it. So little theoretical. Let's pretend I made a box art with me looking at an iPad that had the Rust logo. If I 3D rendered, translated it, that'd be considered a misuse of the trademark. And then there's also some rules around events as well. Those include you just have to be. They named out some policies around how you can hold events if you wish to use any of the marks, and including like nonprofit. You must not have any sort of money being made. Any money being made from the conference from ticket sales can only go to venue, food, and drink. You cannot use it for any other reason. So you cannot pay speakers to come. You cannot pay for flights, anything like that. So they have a bunch of other stuff. You cannot have guns, and you have to abide by local health rules to be able to have anything with the word Rust in it for a conference. I think I've covered everything in the most layman way possible. It is 13 pages on a Google Docs, single space for those that are still in high school. And so there you go. I think that's the totality of it all.
Can I ask a single potentially stupid question?
There are no stupid questions.
Okay.
Okay,
You're the host.
There definitely are. But anyways, go on.
What the fuck's the point of all this? Like, was there something that I missed? Like, did somebody host like a fake Rust conference and scam a bunch of people out of a bunch of money or something?
I literally can't tell. Like I've been looking, and this question has been asked by a bunch of other people in the Rust community that like I follow and that are like, I guess, pretty well connected, or like former core team or things like that. And everyone's just like, did we have a problem with this? Like, what was this going on? And I guess the other thing is kind of like, I mean, I get that they want to be able to prevent someone from doing something just ridiculously stupid, like, Rust stations for Hitler or something. Like, yeah, obviously they want to be able to be like, no, we don't want our logo on that. Yeah, duh. But like that just doesn't. It also just seems like obviously everyone knows that's not from the Rust Foundation. Like even if it is damaging for the brand, it's not like, I do wonder if that's coming from the core team. Like,
yeah, I think there's something to be said about RustConf, which they do call out, which totally makes sense, because you have like what is it, JSConf? I think there's like a JSConf Europe. You could imagine that if they didn't say, hey, we want this reserved exclusively for us, if someone were to have RustConf Berlin, there could be some confusion as if this is an official RustConf versus a non-official or a non-sanctioned RustConf. So I mean, that kind of
trademark RustConf.
They are. That's one of the things they are trademarking. So I'm trying to steel man their argument, which is there are some occasional things that make sense. But I think for the average individual, whenever I buy a book, whenever I attend any online things, whenever I look at a Twitch stream, whenever I go to a website, I've never once made the assumption that this is an official Rust Foundation member speaking on behalf or for the Rust Foundation. And so I don't understand why or how it got started, I think, is a big question. But it sounds like they want to really tighten things up. And they did have a trademark policy before this. I haven't reviewed the old one yet. But it seems like there was a motivation to do this. And I know there is a prior art with Mozilla doing something very, very similar with Firefox in 2006. And so this may be something